Putin has struck a crippling blow to Ukraine's defense industry, and that's just hours before his first face-to-face meeting with Donald Trump since 2021. Russia claims fresh battlefield gains on the eve of the high-stakes Alaska summit. Releasing drone footage, Moscow says it shows the capture of 2 settlements in eastern Ukraine. The village of Iskra and the small town of Shrenbenevka, both in the Donetsk region annexed by Moscow in 2022. Now, Shrenbenevka sits near Tortesk, seized in February, and close to Kostiantynivka, which is one of Ukraine's last major urban strongholds in the region. And the Kremlin's advance has only been accelerating in the past few days. Ukrainian President Vladimir Zelensky admits that Russian forces have pushed up to 10 kilometers forward in a narrow front near Dobropilya. That is the largest single-day gain in over a year. But Ukraine is also striking back. On the same day, Russia took new ground. Kiev says that its intelligence units hit multiple Russian targets, including the Yuneka oil pumping station in Bryansk, which is an important hub in the Druzhba pipeline that supplies crude to Hungary and Slovakia. Well, apart from that, at least 13 people were wounded in a Ukrainian drone attack on Russia's Rostov-on-Don. 2 of the wounded are in serious conditions. Several apartment blocks were damaged in the attack as well. Meanwhile, Russia's Ministry of Defense says that its forces have been pounding Ukrainian electronic warfare systems, radars, ammunition depots and much more. It claims to have intercepted HIMARS rockets, aerial bombs and hundreds of Ukrainian drones in just 24 hours. And that's not all. Russia continues to inflict damage on Ukraine with the same intensity, if not more. And now that the talks have started, sans Ukraine, without Ukraine, on Thursday, Russia's Federal Security Service, FSB, said that coordinated strikes have wiped out 4 defense plants. Apart from that, it has also destroyed facilities for the Sapsan, which is a tactical ballistic missile with a 700-kilometer range, capable of putting Moscow in the crosshairs. The FSB calls the damage colossal, saying that it has halted Ukraine's domestic missile program. Well, Russian President Vladimir Putin, meanwhile, is praising Trump administration, calling Washington's current efforts to end the Ukraine war vigorous and sincere. He has said that he hopes that Friday's summit will lay the groundwork for peace and perhaps even agreements on arms control.
I would like to share with you where we currently stand in the current US administration, which, as everyone well knows, is making, in my opinion, quite vigorous and sincere efforts to halt hostilities, end the crisis and reach agreements that serve the interests of all parties involved in this conflict. This is to create long-term conditions for peace, both between our countries in Europe and in the world as a whole. If at the next stage we reach agreements on strategic offensive arms control.
Also on Thursday, Kremlin aide Yuri Yoshakov has said that the 2 leaders will meet one-on-one at 11:30 local time, that's 1 a.m. IST, before bringing in their delegations, including Russia's top diplomat, defense minister and finance chief, for working talks over breakfast. The day will then end with a joint press conference. The official agenda is resolving the Ukraine crisis. The question is, what actually happens when the 2 leaders meet? That we'll have to wait and watch.